Researchers have discovered chimpanzees can revise their beliefs when presented with new evidence. To test this, they hid food inside one of two boxes and presented them to the chimpanzees. They would then provide either a strong or weak piece of evidence about one of the boxes to suggest whether it contained food, such as shaking it to make a sound, or directly showing them what was inside. The chimpanzee could then make an initial choice of where they thought the food was hidden. The researcher then provided a new piece of evidence about the other box that was either stronger or weaker than the initial evidence. Would they stick with their first choice or change their mind? When the first clue was stronger, the chimpanzees usually stayed with their initial choice. But when it was weaker, they switched. This suggests that they were updating their beliefs in line with the evidence.
About going to a new city and trying to decide where you're going to eat dinner. And imagine that you talk to someone on the street who says, oh, you could go to this location, this burrito place, it's okay. And you think, okay, well, I've gotten a little bit of support for this burrito place. Then you ask someone else and they say, you have to check out this stir-fry restaurant. It's incredible. Okay, well, given those two pieces of information, you should go to the stir-fry place. So you might change your belief from the first evidence to the second. But if you get the evidence in the opposite order, first you get the stir-fry, huge recommendation, and then you get weak support for this other location, you're not going to switch and say, okay, I guess I'll go to the burrito place. It's the last place I heard of. No, you're going to go to the place where you got the strongest endorsement.
Further experiments showed even more sophistication from the chimpanzees. They were capable of changing their minds when previously strong evidence was defeated. As before, the researchers offered a clue about one of the boxes, but then revealed it to be misleading. For example, by pulling out a piece of paper to show that the food they had seen was merely a picture.
Yeah, I think the most surprising finding, which is also the one that I'm most excited about, we found that chimpanzees really understand that a piece of evidence is a reason for their belief. So we show them a piece of evidence and then they follow it. And then in the next step, we defeated this piece of evidence. And then they didn't follow the strong evidence, the visual evidence anymore that they had seen earlier, because they understood this evidence was actually not valid. It was defeated by seeing that it was just a picture. And then it was not a reason anymore to base their belief on.
These findings suggest that chimpanzees are able to actively evaluate evidence and revise their beliefs, an ability once thought unique to humans.
Since the beginning of Western intellectual tradition, people have thought that what makes human cognition stand out compared to all other animals is that we are the rational beings. We're able to carefully and flexibly reflect on evidence and give reasons and receive reasons for the things that we believe. Humans are not the only species capable of doing this, and that chimpanzees are able to carefully and reflectively respond to evidence. It is really exciting to see a bit more of an evolutionary continuity in the cognitive processes that we're able to do. These things that we consider to be human unique processes might actually be processes that evolved gradually over evolutionary time and that we share with our closest primate relatives.
You can read the full paper by following the link in the description below.